began with an aurora weaving across the sky. A cold wind swept down from the rugged glacier, its cold embrace piercing even the most insulated of spaces. Howling cries of restless animals echoed throughout the night. At dawn, the sun remained below the mountains. In the age that followed, an eternal winter took hold over the Icewind Dale. Darkness and bitter cold became king and queen. Our story, like many others, begins at an inn. We open as many different campaigns open in a tavern. There's a blizzard outside. You hear the icy wind whistling through the wooden boards of the inn, the shutters beating rhythmically on the windows as the storm pushes and pulls in all sorts of directions. Outside the frosted window, you see nothing, just a sheet of white covered by a blanket of fog. Getting here was exhausting. Your boots have still got to dry and your fingers sting as the heat of the inn tears your pores open after hibernation in the unnatural cold. The Buried Treasures Inn, much like most inns in tent towns, is built around a large furnace, the centerpiece of the room around which most patrons huddle up against to warm themselves up as they down another beer. Hlyn Trollbane, a sort of stout dwarf, walks in, and Hlyn slams a mug of mead in front of you and explains why she invited you. I'm sure you heard of the murders that took place recently. 2 young men from different towns with no affiliation to one another, killed in cold blood. What you may not have heard is how they died. Both of them were found with a still frozen icicle pierced through their heart without a sign of struggle. Clean kill, no witnesses. Now, the 10 towners are too scared to call it what it is, but I sure as hell am not going to let this serial killer commit one more murder.
Moira takes this fucking meat that's like way too fucking big for her in their tiny fucking hands, and just kind of drinks while she's looking over at the barmaid in the back and just kind of trying to like wink and shit. But, like keep spilling her fucking face. Like it keeps dribbling down because the mug's just too fucking huge.
So about the serial killer.
Oh yeah. How much are we getting paid for this?
You're all getting a total of 250 silver pieces and the knowledge that you've stopped a murderer.
I don't know, seems kind of low in these times. I gotta, feed my future wife probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're taking us for a bit. I think you're taking us for a bit too much of a kind-hearted group. I'm not really interested in stopping any murders. Yeah. It sounds like I'm just setting myself up to get killed.
Yeah, so who are these losers? I mean, I'm like so good at my job, but who are these people? I don't even know their names.
Can we kick the Brad in the face?
The Brad?
Fucking watch me, man, okay?
Listen, want more money? I'll give you more money. However, you will not survive this murder alone. You're all here because you all supplement a weakness that somebody else has. You need each other for this quest, otherwise you will find yourself with an icicle to your heart.
Okay, so it's really dangerous, and you want to give us 150 silver pieces?
250, but I'll raise you to 500.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm raising an eyebrow at that one. My name is Dave, by the way. I'm a soldier. I'm all for defending the undefended, so... Yeah, as long as you can keep me supplied with all this meat, and that 500 silver sounds good as well. I'm in for this. What are you guys thinking?
Easy money, I guess. I'm in a bit of a need, so guess I don't have much of a choice.
Just nod silently.
Some very stoic types here.
I nod again silently.
What about you, big man in the corner? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm not going to take any money. That's for certain. If someone's been murdered, I'm going to help that person's family out.
I'll take his batch of the money then.
No.
Wait.
No one is getting the money. Give the money to the family of the lost person.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing with the money, so just give it to me and I'll take care of it.
Right, give the money to me and I'll give it to them.
I mean, I'm a starving artist, but that's fine, That's fine. I don't care.
Well, if you were better at your job, maybe you wouldn't be starving.
Hey, it's hard, okay? No one wants to listen to the automaton. I don't understand why. It's a perfectly good instrument.
Very well, 500 pieces it is then. Are you guys ready to get started, or you want another round?
I didn't even drink the first one, so you can have that back. I don't drink.
She takes it, swigs it in one fail swoop, and just slams it down.
Dang.
I'll finish mine too.
I'm just looking in wanderlust like, what?
I've kind of finished mine, so I don't want another one because I'm like pretty much fucking drenched.
Oh yeah, you're about to start getting drunk.
When do we have to go?
Well, actually, I've got a lead for you right here. That's the reason I brought you to this inn. The last murder that happened actually happened last night, upstairs, room 3. It was rented to an Arlen Volunteer. We haven't let anyone go in there yet. That's why you're here.
What did he look like, this Arlen?
Well, he's waiting for you upstairs, so...
No, I mean so the person who rented the room is the one who's dead.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Was there anyone else in the tavern at that time?
You'd have to ask Cora. I do not know. I haven't done any investigating myself. I just heard of the murder and rushed as quickly as possible to find the best people for the job.
Alright, that's fair.
Okay.
Well, I'm ready to go and look at the dead body. Who's with me?
Yeah, let's go.
She passes the key over to Dave. She kind of does a quick look of all of you and decides that Dave is the one that she's going to give the key to. And then she walks upstairs. So as you walk up...
I'm going to stay downstairs, by the way.
Oh, okay, so you're just...
say, is everyone with us?
Yeah, who's coming upstairs?
Okay.
I guess I was thinking more talking to the bartender.
Okay,
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to do as well.
cool. So we've got 2 of you staying downstairs and then the 3 of you are going up? Cool.
Okay.
Do you guys want to point to Cora and have her come over?
Yep.
Okay.
So I heard one of your patrons got a big chunk of ice stuck in his body. Do you know how that happened?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I just walked in one day while I was trying to clean the room, and he just was there. I don't know what happened to him. He just had an icicle stuck through his heart, and it wasn't melting.
And you didn't hear anything, even though, because that sounds like something that would generate a lot of noise.
We heard no complaints. I sure did not hear anything, but even the people that had rented the room next door, they heard nothing.
Can I roll to see if she's lying?
Yes, go ahead.
I rolled a 3.
Well, you see a person talking to you, and yeah, she seems trustworthy. She's a very innocent-looking character, so you can't discern whether she would or why she would lie to you even.
Okay.
How many visitors did you have that day?
We pretty much always have a full house. We didn't have any strange patrons. Pretty much all 5 rooms were booked.
Do you have any regulars that come in all the time?
Not really. We recently had 3 new dwarves staying. They each rented 1 room, but they seemed to know
feeling?
locals.
What was the general feeling you got from the 3 dwarves?
They looked quite upset. They looked like they had gone through something recently. But they arrived before the murder, and they're still staying here.
Oh, really? What rooms are they in, or could you point them out if they're down here?
They left a couple of hours ago, and I haven't seen them since. But they're in rooms 1, 2, and 4.
Do you find it all suspicious that they left at that time?
That they left a couple of hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
They looked busy when they arrived, and they look busy now. Nothing changed. They looked hurt before. One of them actually had a big gash on his arm, on his hand, but I think he has treated it, or he has at least bandaged it up by now.
What about our now deceased cold-hearted friend? You notice anything about him that stood out?
He was a fairly well-off individual for locals, but nothing other than that. He looked like a traveler who had some extra money, and he did not seem distraught at all when he arrived. He was perfectly you know, he was just a traveler visiting.
Well off, huh? I guess I'll have a look in the room as well.
You'll arrive a little bit later since the rest of the guys have already. So we'll actually cut to you guys. So as you walk up, you kind of see that there's a cold breeze slithering through the door frame. As you go to unlock the door, give me this is called a dexterity save.
12.
Okay. The door is about to slam kind of and hit the wall, and it almost hits you, but you kind of take a step back with your quick reaction, and you it just hits the wall right next to it. It swings all the way open 180 degrees. And then upon opening, you see the dead body. A somewhat well-off man lying on the ground flat, his legs and arms extended unnaturally. They're straight. A frozen icicle dipped in blood is sticking out of his heart, still frozen. Next to his body, the letters cheater are scrawled in blood.
Can I hear that?
The slam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear it. It's very quiet, but yeah, you hear a slight slam in the distance.
Alright, then in that case I'm gonna rush up there while
You're gonna
this is
okay.
going down.
So you kind of, as soon as the door opens, you see the other two coming up there, and you're all together. Yeah, you've got the room in front of you. There's a bed with an animal over the cover. The bed sheets themselves are kind of very cheap, made from cloth, and then there's a wardrobe, a little drawer next to the bed, and like that's about it. Like the wood is cheap wood. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, what happened to the door? Why did that swing open?
The window is open in the distance.
This is a pretty messed up sight, huh? Maybe we should maybe have a look at his wounds. I don't know. Just do a little investigation of the room. Do you want to check out the drawers or the wardrobe? I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I want to look at the body.
Yeah, I'll look at the body too.
Does he have any pockets? Does he have pockets?
Yeah.
We're both thinking of the same.
Yeah, he is right. So he's kind of wealthy, so he can afford pockets in his clothing.
Oh shit! I
not-
look at the pockets.
Yeah, not everybody can afford those.
I don't know. We could have been fucking like wearing his boxers for all I know. I don't know how he was moving.
Right.
Can I just do a general investigation of the room?
Oh, of the room itself? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Hey, 16.
Tracks
second.
particularly.
Tracks
Specifically,
like left over.
Mm-hmm.
Footsteps or some shit?
Like
Yes.
if they've just been from outside, it's likely dead snow or some sort of residue on the wood or.
Give me an investigation check for that one.
I got 16 on the investigation check on the body, by the way.
Burrell, you also looked at the body, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Do you
I got
happen to
9.
be proficient in investigation?
In investigation? No, I'm not proficient in it.
Okay. So you guys will do separate rolls then. And you got 9. The only thing that you notice really is that there's a little bit of snow coming in from the window, the open window, and it has kind of created a thin layer on like right in front of underneath
19.
the window.
I rolled
Right.
a 19 and then plus 2 investigation, so 21 total.
21 and 16. As you guys are kind of searching his pockets, each one of you on either side of the body, Burrell, you notice a small ledger.
How was he killed? Like, does it just look like just like one injury, like one stab wound?
It's
or...
eerily clean. It is just a icicle that's not melting whatsoever. No sign of melting, going straight into his heart.
How cold is it in the room?
It's as cold as it is outside, and as cold as it was downstairs where you guys were eating. The window's open, so there's nothing, and the floorboards and the walls themselves aren't that sturdy. So
And he
wind
was
is coming.
killed the night before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, 2 nights before, actually, because you were invited yesterday from Hlyn, and then you guys took a day to arrive.
Okay.
Travel is a little bit slow in the 10 towns, especially since there's a blizzard going on outside. Like, there's a thick layer of snow outside, and then fog and snow, and yeah.
Am I wearing gloves? Like, kind of want to grab onto it and see what.
I was gonna say,
See
can
what
someone
it's
check the temperature of the icicle?
You
See
can
if
take 'em
it's
off.
Yeah.
cold
You can
as
take your gloves
ice.
off.
No, I don't want to take it off.
Oh.
Just, I'm kind of wary that this ice is some kind of killer ice or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to grab it and see what it's about, get a feel for it, maybe even pull it out and put it down.
So as you pull it out, this kind of like liquid but kind of plasma-ish matter, like it's a little bit viscous. Blood kind of drips out of it in like little clumps, and obviously there's tons of blood still dripping. It's the blood has not frozen over, other than those clumps drip out, and you're holding the icicle in your hand. It's this long, kind of 1 foot long, what would that be, like 15 centimeters long, icicle, pretty thin, a deep blue color. And after a couple of moments of holding it into your hand, it actually turns brittle. It just kind of smashes into your hands and kind of disappears into like a little bit of a silvery mist of dust.
Oh,
So
that feels weird.
Yeah. I thought these deaths were only rumors, but here we are looking right at it, and the icicle shattered in my hand.
Maybe it's magic.
I
So,
want to check the wardrobe and drawers as well.
okay,
I'll
so
check the window.
you go to open the wardrobe. Inside, you see a wood saw, a carving kit, for a wood carving kit, box of nails.
Can I check the window?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to see if there's any marks that someone got in and out forcibly or otherwise through the window.
Xanoth, you checked before, right? You checked the window before?
I did an investigation on the entire room in general. I do
Okay.
want to check for tracks leading from the window, though.
Right. On the window, I'm gonna give you just do
What's
a
the weather been
perception
like?
check.
Has it been snowing and stuff?
There's
Yeah.
been a blizzard. I don't know how long.
Has it been the last couple nights?
Maybe two, either yesterday or two. Yeah, I think 2 nights ago, the blizzard started, and it's been
So
going strong.
theoretically, if someone was to have stepped in that snow, more snow would have went on top and just layered it. and there would
Definitely
still be
covered by
tracks
now.
There, right?
Oh,
Definitely covered.
yeah, it's definitely been covered now. You mean like outside?
Yeah.
People go in and out all the time, and displace snow all over the place. It's not like it's like a pristine open field where like 1 footstep is just permanent.
I see.
Yeah.
I
But
see.
is this window like going out into the back of the building where there's not really much foot traffic, or is it?
Interestingly enough, it goes straight into the middle of town. There is no way for somebody to go in without being seen, from what you can discern. It like looks straight into the middle. Sorry, it's not the middle of town, but it looks straight into the like entrance of the city's the entrance street. So anybody who's entering or exiting town or near the exit of the town would be looking straight at that window. There's nothing secret about this.
What was the time frame that is known that this person was last alive and was dead?
2 nights
I
ago.
should have taken a note of that, but
Yeah, that's fine.
what is it? What is it like after they've gone to bed for the night, or during the day, or?
The body was discovered the next morning because Cora went to clean the room because she hadn't been paid for the night. So she figured that the patron had left, and she found the body. So there's no way to know the time at this point. Sorry, somebody checked the drawer before, right?
I was gonna check the wardrobe and the drawer.
You go to open the drawer. It's locked.
Okay.
Looks like my stuff
okay.
fired here.
You lock picker.
Yep, I'm gonna pick the lock.
Ooh.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
So I rolled 19 and my sleight of hand is 6, so 25.
You go in with your lockpick, and it just kind of like as soon as you go in, it just opens. It's almost a joke how easy it was to open it. You find 9 silver pieces, as well as a personal journal.
Can I use my sleight of hand to take the silver pieces without people noticing?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for that. Dave, give me a perception check because you were about to open.
14 plus 6, 20.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check real quick.
15 plus 3.
Okay, so
Damn.
you see him rummaging through the drawer that you are standing nearby, but you don't notice, and everybody else you don't even nothing passes by your mind. So yeah, you've got
So-
the silver pieces.
The leftovers in the wardrobe, right? His old tools. they're not really going to be of use to him anymore now that he's passed away.
Hmm?
Should that be something that we take? He had like a
Okay, we-
saw in there and some carpentry stuff.
Ooh, maybe we'll
That
need
might be
it.
useful. We might as well carry it.
Someone big has to carry it, cause I'm pretty small.
I will not take part in stealing
It's
belongings.
dead. It's not stealing. It's just
Yeah, we'll
not be a part of it.
borrowing.
I will
But what if
squash you under my
you-
foot, you puny person.
Fighting words. He's dead. I assume
Yeah,
they
he's dead.
contacted
I don't really think it
him.
matters here.
Probably didn't have any family. Don't worry about it. Just take it.
I agree with the shrimp.
Fucking
I nod.
me. Next time you get cut, I ain't healing you.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
can we go through the ledger and the journal we found inside?
Yeah, who has the ledger? I don't.
I think I have both.
You can. Oh, okay. You can share them, and
Yeah, I'll
investigate
share
them
with
together.
everyone.
Go ahead,
Guess I'll
Burrell.
have to do it.
Yeah, and give me an investigation check.
I rolled a 13 plus 2, 15.
Which one are you reading?
I guess the ledger first.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of flipping through pages, and there's a bunch of nonsensical stuff you couldn't possibly care about. And actually, just about as you're about to put the ledger away, you notice you stop for a moment and you notice a payment of 125 silver pieces to an East Haven official. Terran Opalhund is the name of the official.
What happened to this Arlen fella? Just out of context. He was supposed to be in here, right?
He's. You can
Oh.
presume that it's the dead body.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, so then what about the journal?
You just kind of stare at the last few entries. You see the name Torga mentioned, and he kind of is a little bit annoyed at her, discussing her thuggish behavior. Are you reading this out loud, or are you keeping it to yourself?
Let me read it to myself first and then decide whether I want to
Okay.
share.
Yeah, so you see the name Torga discusses her thuggish behavior. The rest of the stuff is just kind of a diary. There's not much. It's a personal journal. There's not much of interest. Nothing extraordinary or kind of.
Okay. So I share that we
Inspirited.
should probably look for someone named Thorga. It's the only person that seems to have some negative connections with this person.
So Moira and Dave, you guys have been long enough in Bryn Shander, the capital of 10 Towns. Well, capital, the biggest city in 10 Towns. You recognize the name Torga as the name of a well-known traveling merchant.
Interesting.
Do I know anything more about her besides that I heard of her?
She travels around with her caravan of merchants and sells stuff. She's a merchant.
Do I know what she sells? Like what?
All
kind of
s-
market?
All sorts of things. Pretty much everything.
I just go, My character looks dumbfounded like 90% of the time. This is not like she's uniquely dumbfounded. She's just dumb. So
Right.
Okay. Well, I found the name Torga in this journal. Does it sound familiar to you?
oh, I have heard this name before. She's a traveling merchant from around the town, but I'm not really. What have you
Oh.
found?
Like merchant, I just have like a big smile on my face. It just looks like she had. It just looks like our now deceased friend didn't have a very friendly relationship with this person, so it might be the first clue as to where we should look at.
Oh, that's interesting. She normally just sells some generally uninteresting wares, so wonder why she's got a unfriendly relationship. Yeah, maybe we should go check that out. We should be taking this toolkit in the wardrobe, right? So who wants to take that? I mean, the giant, which I can't remember the name of right now. You've got quite a lot of quite big hands, bro. You want to carry this?
No,
Xenoth.
No.
I will not be taking part in that. I will not be taking their belongings.
Huh, that stick is shoved really deep in your ass, isn't it?
It is indeed, and I'll take it out and shove it in yours if you step out of line again.
Oh, you want to fight, punk?
No, don't want to fight,
For
mate.
nighttime. Keep it for nighttime. You're on a quest.
So we'll head out now, I guess, to go find Toiga.
Well, so as you guys are about to head off, she just kind of sees you, on your way out, and she goes, by the way, Torga, in this town, in the 10 towns, she's kind of known as the go-to woman, if you need to get a job done.
What kind of jobs?
Let's just say a job similar to the one you've been tasked to, only the targets aren't as evil.
So Toiga's annoyed at Arlen, the dead one, or was annoyed.
Unless you guys have anything else, as you guys set off, Tlin looks to you and says, before you set off outside of town, you may want to visit the Black Iron Blades. Traveling caravans may have gotten you this far on your own, but you're a party now. You do well to purchase your own sled and some kind of winter gear from them. The Rime's got a better chance of killing you than any damn killer running around 10 towns. It's been a month since the last kill anyway, and another month since the hit before that. I've hired you to do a good job, not a quick one.
Well, you'll get a very good job from us, okay? I am very, very good at killing people.
I expect nothing less.
Inspiring words, little one. You got this.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we just head off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go to the blacksmiths or wherever it was.
Black Iron Blades?
Yeah, that one.
Sure. As you walk in, you see a blacksmith talking to 3 dwarves. He's a dwarf as well. So the way it's set up, it's basically like a big store with tons of stuff all over the place. Not a lot of it made out of metal. You're seeing a lot of wooden gear, some fishing rods, some farming tools, some shovels, stuff like that. Not a lot of weaponry hanging outside. And then, so he's sitting to the right with the 3 dwarves in front of them, and to the left is a female dwarf who is working on some woodcraft, some stuff like that, laying on her chair. As you kind of enter, the 3 dwarves are arguing with each other, but the blacksmith that's working the shop kind of notices you and kind of pats him down and is like, quiet down. And he looks at you.
Hello there, not so big guys. We got quite a few orders for you guys, so I'm hoping you guys can give us a really good price for it.
What kind of...
Short shaming. I'm real tired of it. It's been like 30 minutes. I'm sorry, kind sir. We just want some help. Like, we need some equipment for a very important quest, and I don't want to fail.
What kind of equipment are you looking for?
Bike boots? What else would we need for traversing like a frozen tundra? I'm kind of from tropical areas, so I'm not too familiar with the ways of the snow.
I mean,
a couple huskies and some sleds.
Yeah.
you could be getting anything. If you're looking to climb up a mountain, I would recommend climbing gear, or a glacier. Crampons might be useful for you. Snowshoes will allow you to travel easier on the ground.
We might need both of those. So how much are each?
Each one would be 2 silver.
And if we're getting a big order for 5 people, how much could you reduce the price to?
I sadly don't have enough crampons for the job, the spiked shoes. I can get you 3 for 5 silver, a discount of 1 silver piece. Snowshoes I can get you all, and I'll at best I can give you 8 silver pieces. I don't have too much money going around these days. My iron supply recently ran dry.
Do you have any snowshoes in my size? My feet are pretty small, so...
Well, actually, so interestingly enough, he kind of looks at you and is kind of surprised. He looks at your feet. He's a dwarf. He's used to making, smaller size shoes, but he's like, oh my, I should be able to make them to order. However, they might take a day or 2 for us to finish making.
That's okay. If they're a little too big, then I can just put some socks on and they'll be just fine.
Very well, then yeah, I'm happy to give you one of our smaller sizes that we have.
Woo! Do you have some socks too? Because I don't have any of those.
He looks over to his sister and he's Ezra. He goes, Ezra. she looks at you guys and kind of goes, I've never worked with cloth. I mean, I don't I could give you some linen pieces of cloth, and you could wrap your feet in that. I've never made socks myself.
That's okay. Well, I'll take the pieces of linen.
Of course, we'll keep them in the charge of the snowshoes, since they're gonna be less useful to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna be a little bit taller. I'm just gonna put it all on the bottom.
Yeah. So it's if you guys want to buy all the snowshoes for you guys, it's 8.
Total?
Total. 8 silver for all of you combined.
Alex, I'd argue my character would already have this.
We split this 5 points.
Yeah, you've made them yourself. You look at the ones that the dwarves made, and you can clearly see that they're a better handcraft than what you've made. But yeah, you do have snowshoes.
Okay, cool.
Are you guys looking for any weapons or tools for that matter?
Yeah. Have you got anything back there that you're particularly proud of? I'd be interested in having a look.
I've got a couple of handcrafted atlatls. I have some ammunition, some arrows, and some spears. I've got this really well-crafted sword that I've created. It is specially made, special dwarven craft. However, I'm not so sure you'd be able to afford it at this time.
Out of curiosity, how much does that cost?
2,300
Silver?
pieces. Yes.
Damn.
Oh,
Does look good.
That is.
Maybe we'll be
gonna-
having this discussion again in the future about purchasing it.
I have a crossbow.
Is it possible to check, to actually see if that weapon is actually any good? I don't know what you call that.
Give me an investigation check. He hands you the weapon for you to look at. Give me an investigation check.
12.
Yeah, you can't really tell what's special about this sword. However, when you hold it, there's a significant weight to it, and a little bit like of a numb feeling, like when your body parts is sleeping, through the palm of your hand where you're holding the sword.
Pins and needles. This thing feels mighty powerful to hold. Is there something a little extra about this sword?
It was made with material brought straight from the Dwarven Valley, up near Kelvin's Cairn. True Dwarven craft, and using Dwarven Battlehammer materials.
Alright. Certainly feels good to hold. Thanks for that.
Of course.
I'm gonna hand him back the weapon now. And I'm ready to get going.
One moment before you head out, Kruna, Korix, and Storn over here actually had to abandon their last shipment of Battlehammer ingots, which is why I've run out completely dry of weapons, aside from the one I've made a couple of years ago. They were on their way over from the Dwarven Valley when a Yeti attacked during the blizzard a night or two ago. I'm afraid I'm out of work until the next shipment arrives, and we're going to be depending on Ezra's sales of handcrafts by that time. However, I was hoping to move out of town over to Bryn Shander, and this has really kind of stifled my ability to move up in life. If you were looking for more dwarven crafts such as this one, would you be so kind to go out and retrieve the cart with the ingots from the Dwarven Valley? It's actually just out of town on the way over from Targos, which is the next town over. You guys know because you had to travel through it, essentially. If you guys can't help me, I'll have to wait till the damn blizzard subsides and send someone to let Stokely know about his ingots, and by that time, I'm sure the wind will have swept the ingots away.
So I want to say to him, well, we're not exactly running a charity here, so we're going to need some form of payment for this.
Yeah, everything's got a price.
You didn't charge me for the nice linens.
Tell you what,
I'm comfy on my boots.
how much did you guys pay me today? I'll remove all of the costs, and if you can get all of the ingots and bring them back, I'll get you 10 silver pieces. I won't be able to afford much else since I am trying to move out of town.
Do you think instead you could make me a rapier out of this material?
I only work with Battlehammer iron, the best of its kind. So anything you need me to craft, I will craft.
Okay, so can we then... so how about you craft us some weapons in exchange for getting you the material back?
I would be happy to craft you. I could craft maybe 2 or 3 weapons for you guys with the ingots that you send me, and give them to you for free in exchange to you bringing the ingots.
Okay, sounds like we have a deal.
Cool.
Do any of the 3 dwarves have a like slash or like any bandages over their hands?
Yeah, one of them, actually the most kind of
I was gonna say.
annoyed dwarf. He is a little bit sullen and kind of grumpy sitting in the corner. He has a big, his hand is wrapped in a bandage, a thick bandage.
Alright, well,
Wasn't there a mention of 3 dwarves staying at the inn?
I think that's
Yeah,
And
that's
that
what
one
I'm
over there
about to
seems to
ask.
have a wrap on their hand. So we should probably jump over there and have a look.
So at this point, my character's walking over to the 3 dwarves. Hey, you 3. Details. Now.
About what?
The Yeti attack.
Aye, of course. We had to abandon the shipment on the path over from Targos. We didn't
What
follow
path?
we actually didn't follow the main road, following Karux's suggestion over here, pointing to the guy with the hand wrapped in a bandage. It was supposed to save us time, but it sure didn't save poor old Ubok. She looks kind of distraught. He was the first to get dragged by that gnarly beast.
Oh.
Sorry, gnarly beast.
Nom, nom, nom.
Exactly.
And your hand, that was caused from the Yeti?
He kind of gives you a gruff and like kind of nods.
Okay.
If you follow the cairns going southwest out of town, you should be able to find the cart. The Yeti broke one of the cart's wheels, so the wind couldn't have taken it too far off course. However, the more we wait, the further it's gonna get.
Okay, so I'm speaking to the dwarf with the hand wrap, and I can't remember what that name is. Your hand.
Korux, yeah.
What happened to it?
Bloody Yeti, isn't it?
Yeah. Yetis can be unfriendly at times. I completely understand. He ambushed you. Was there just the one, or how did it go down?
Just the one in the blizzard. Those damn things always get you in the blizzard. Came out of nowhere, took out Ubox immediately, and then just as we were about to hop off the cart, he got a hold of my arm, took a big scratch out of it as I yanked it out of his arms and ran away.
How did you manage to get away after that? Was he distracted? Did he lose track of you?
We weren't looking behind us, but he seemed to be too busy. He kind of like stutters and solemnly thinks to himself.
I get the feeling we're going to run into a dead dwarf. What would the next step be?
I'd say let's take care of the dwarven cart first, since it's already on the way anyway. And we can get some nice weapons that could be useful for later.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Everyone else?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I nod silently.
Not said much this adventure.
Aurora has nodded a lot silently.
Yeah. In fact, I don't think you even introduced yourself yet. You two, I don't exactly know your name yet, and if we're going to be going on this adventure, we need to be trusting each other.
Just as a side note, then since my character doesn't trust anyone yet, she's always walking behind them.
I'm going to zip up my pockets.
My name is Xanoth, or Xanoth. However you want to pronounce it, you can.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan. And you, sir? Trust is going to be important on this journey. We're going to need to be able to trust each other. So, what's your name, sir?
My name is Aurora. I'm female, but I do not take offense.
Apologies, miss. Welcome aboard.
I'm
And
not.
okay, we should head out now.
I don't know
Thank
about
you for
how
cooperating.
your character interacts with tieflings, but it's tieflings are
What
typically
was-
pretty striking to people in Faerun. Not as much in 10 Towns, you're kind of more used to it because you see tieflings a little bit more often. But one thing
was a
that you
tiefling?
definitely take... Well, yeah, so that's what I was going to say. One thing that you definitely take note is that the tiefling has devilish-looking horns coming out of the... Other than that, it's a human. It's a very humanoid-looking creature, but it has these... you said straight, long horns, right?
Yeah, straight line.
They don't
Okay.
curve, yeah. And what color is your skin?
My skin, the makeup makes it appear sort of a light blue,
Light blue.
but really it's
light
supposed
blue
to be a
too.
light pink.
Right.
my tail is like 4 to 5 feet long, but
Oh, damn.
I'm wondering if maybe I could obscure it with the clothing or something.
Yeah, I mean it's
like
yeah. There's a variety of clothing that you can get, and one of the things that your character bought is a kind of coat. It's like a little bit of a skirt. Because in the snow, both men and women often wear these skirts so that they have a little bit of more range of motion on their legs. Especially a rogue might have this kind of clothing. I don't know about a druid, but it basically just allows you to move freer and still keep the warmth, because the skirt goes all the way down and it's heavy, so it covers your feet and allows you to have a easier range of motion. So you could be hiding under a coat like that.
Human, what was your name?
Dave.
Elf-looking person, what is your name?
Oh, you're talking about me?
Yes, sir. Sorry for any offense.
Okay, cool.
Halfling.
Yeah.
What was your
I
name?
zoned out. Oh, my name? Moira Greengather. I make music and I tell tales.
Okay, the name was just all I needed, but okay.
Oh, I thought we were getting to know each other. I thought it was making friends. Fine. Just
I
start playing a
apologize.
little,
I do not
like,
mean to be mean.
I
Little
just
sad tune.
I go a little away
your
and like start playing a little bit on my like automaton, just kind of tuning it a little bit. Do like a little sad dance.
Yeah, we're all introduced, and now we should head out to the caravan, I think is what it's called.
I agree. We should go see the cart.
As you head out to your right, there's a little hut, and a hooded figure, young-looking, somewhat short, human with bright red hair sticking out of the hood, comes out at you. Somebody give me a perception check.
I got a 9 plus 3.
Yeah. So all of you notice that she's clearly wearing clothing inappropriate for the climate. Like it's a light piece of clothing that's kind of definitely that does not belong in this environment. You can actually surmise that she's probably a foreigner. You can tell that she's a female figure now as well. You're adventurers, aren't you? You look like adventurers or madmen. No other reason to be heading out of town in this storm, that's for sure.
Well, says the one trying to become a popsicle with that clothes.
Well, sure. I did not come here expecting the Dale, but here I am 2 years later, still stuck in the cold.
How did you even survive this long?
I do alright. I know ways of keeping myself warm, thank you very much.
Those look a little
Kinky.
skimpy for this weather.
Like I said, I've got ways of keeping myself warm. Anyway, are you headed out? Do you happen to be headed out of town?
Yeah?
Well, if you're headed out, I would like to ask for your help. I've heard that there's some forest spirits around town. Chewingas, I think they're called. They're kind of running all over Icewind Dale, and they supposedly have the power to control the weather, which would be definitely useful at these times. I'm sure you can tell. Would you possibly be able to look for them and help me out?
What do they look like?
Well, I actually don't know. Valine asked me to find them, but she never told me what they look like. I know they're elementals, and here, I can give you this lantern right here. She hands you like this kind of one-directional lanterns, like the ones in like Mountains of Madness or stuff like that, where it's basically it's a lantern that points forward. The light shines red like normal, like any normal fire during normal use. However, if you leave it lit when there's chewingas nearby, or any elementals for that matter, I suppose, it will turn a bright green, and you will know that there's chewingas nearby, and you'll be able to come in contact with them.
Oh, are they dangerous?
I don't think they're dangerous. They're small little creatures. They're just native to the land, and unless... I suppose if you attack them, they might cause you trouble, but they're not known for harming people.
Oh. Do I know anything about these creatures from before? Like at all?
No, maybe you've heard some tales of chewingas playing with kids.
Okay, so nothing
Yeah.
Fairy things.
harmful.
They're not murdering townsfolk, for sure. You've never heard of any story like that.
I mean, I'll take the lantern and I'll look, but I can't promise I'll find anything.
Well, if you do meet a chewinga on the road, please bring them back alive. I need them to be living and willing to work with me. If they're gonna help me change this weather, then yeah, I'm gonna need their powers, and I don't think I can do that when they're dead.
Oh, you're not gonna kill them, are you?
No,
Yeah,
I
what
have.
do you want? What do you want these chewing this for anyway?
Well,
I
this
have.
is the weather.
I have no intent in harming them. So the way what Verlene told me is that I must spend time with one, and I'll be able to train it to bring clear skies. They have the ability to change the weather. However, they don't do it naturally because they don't care about what the weather is like. But I care.
Okay, so kind of like a dog. Just gotta train it.
I suppose.
Oh, okay, well that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I'll take a
Oh.
look, but where can I find you if I find one?
I'll be here. This is my hut. This is my home. I always live out here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see if I can find it. I'm always looking for some new pets, anyways.
Has she offered us anything for getting this?
I mean, I assume she would, but you know, I didn't want to be rude.
Well,
She's giving you.
that's
She's giving you the lantern of. Sorry, one of you should have this if you accepted it.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
a lantern of tracking elemental. The
I
name
thought I
of it.
already took it, but I bet.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
I was pretty
on
sure
you.
you had
It's a one slot item, and it's a lantern of tracking elemental is the name of it.
In regards to fuel, can you just leave that on all the time, or?
Yeah, it doesn't give off a lot of warmth, but it
This-
can stay on.
Extra vision and lets us know if there's a fairy nearby. Xanath and Aurora, what do you guys think about this?
I will not help you enslave an elemental being.
That's not enslavement. It's a pet.
No, you misunderstand. I'm not looking to enslave anything. I want you to bring them as friends. You have to acquire their trust and become their friends. They can be dangerous. They are elemental still. However, if you befriend them and treat them with kindness, they are known to reward children and good children and their play friends with magical trinkets, and they will help anybody who wants their help and is able to communicate with them.
I guess our vertically challenged friend over here could pass off as a child.
Hey, screw you, you little bitch. I could kill you with just one song.
There, calm down. I'm just kidding.
I'll throw you to the wall. I swear to God.
I don't think you have the strength to do that, but good luck.
No, kids. That's not the time for this.
Kids, I'm retired. What do you mean? God, these little young whippersnappers these days.
Wait, how old are you?
Don't ask a lady her age. It's rude.
Aurora, what's your thoughts? You have not said much.
I respect any human that chooses to commune with nature.
Yeah, but you should probably be able to commune with them. You know, as a druid and everything.
I do not know.
You haven't tried? You can make a new best friend. They're really neat.
I've never had a best friend.
Oh, it's so sad. Well, we'll find you one, and then you'll have a new best friend you can bring everywhere.
That would be nice.
Well, ain't this a charismatic cast?
If it joins us on its own volition, then sure, I will help.
I think we should go. I think we should go do it. We should get it done, and then we can be on our merry way back to the main cities.
Yeah.
Good?
So as you guys set off, we're gonna do one of these mechanics that I've added. During the worst times, I'm gonna be asking you guys to do a frost check. All of you are gonna roll. It will be a Constitution saving throw. So if you look at your character sheet, there should be a section near the top that says
Hell yeah.
Constitution.
Does the Goliath's cold resistance, like immunity?
Oh my
take any of
god.
that?
Yes. So let me.
23.
Okay, so with a 23, you're good. George, go ahead.
Goliaths have mountain born, which makes them resistant to cold damage.
Mhm. I'm accounting for it.
But they got 11 plus 3, 14.
You. Okay, so you're fine as well. Aurora, what did you roll?
3.
Uh-oh.
Plus
It's gonna be a.
3.
Yeah. You don't have any spells cast on you or anything that would help you, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're gonna be taking a level of exhaustion during this trip. Exhaustion, I've modified a little bit. In the standard game, exhaustion fucking sucks. In this game, it still fucking sucks. However, it's slightly less mean to you. With one level of exhaustion, nothing happens to you. If you get another one, your speed during combat will be halved. For now, you're fine. You're gonna get tired during this trip. Moira,
9.
like you've added your bonus.
Yeah.
You're also gonna be taking a level of exhaustion.
Real?
Burrell,
Girl
yeah.
squirrel.
I rolled a 2.
You're also gonna be taking a level of exhaustion.
There's
So
some
the
icy
three of you.
boys in here.
Yeah. So the three of you have taken a level of exhaustion. To get rid of exhaustion, you're gonna have to. Make sure I've got this right. You're gonna have to take a long rest in a warm, dry place. So obviously you need some kind of shelter, which right now you don't have with you. Cool. With that taken care of, and I'm gonna be making you guys do these possibly multiple times a day, depending on when is the worst time that you're being exposed to the cold. Like the middle of a blizzard is a bad time. If it's just cold, if it's just freezing cold, and it's twilight, you guys won't have to do a frost check. The trip along the path Funa described is mostly uneventful. While you can't see the road ahead, small mounds of snow are evenly spaced along the path, which you noticed on your way to Bremen. Snowflakes of all shapes and sizes dance in the wind around you, some of them landing on your goggles and freezing, occasionally requiring you to wipe them off. After more than an hour of travel, you hear a muddled flap in the wind. Moments later, you notice a pack of reindeer running across the path ahead of you.
Can I roll to find out what the flap is?
Yep, go ahead.
What do I need to...
Perception.
4, so 21.
You do not recognize this as the sound of a Yeti, and as soon as the idea of what it might be passes your head, you're about to speak out the words without warning, an enormous white mass tears through the fog above you, causing you to stop in your tracks. What do you do?
Oh shit.
I want to try hide.
Just hit the
Yeah.
deck.
I'll hide behind one of the taller people.
Oh shit, 20.
Twice.
Oh,
Nice, natural?
nah.
Yeah.
Nice. You hide perfectly behind a mound. They're like, not even your friends can really see you. You're just kind of like,
Nice.
there's a little bump in the road and you're hidden perfectly.
16 plus 2, 18.
Okay, so the lowest one we have is 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A low-pitched rumble follows, piercing the quiet and reverberating through your whole body. The outline of a massive white dragon takes form ahead of you. Its head bending towards the ground, you heard the blood-curdling cries of numerous creatures in the distance. Burrell, give me a dexterity save.
Good luck.
2.
Imagine getting killed in first session.
I'd be a terrible DM,
Dragon
but
food.
I'm not gonna not make the dice.
14 plus 2, 16.
Okay. One of the reindeer you previously saw running past you is now flying in your direction, crashing and tumbling in the snow, leaving a trail of blood and organs behind it. You just barely, as you see it sliding towards you, dodge to the side, and then it just passes right next to you, stopping like you can smell and see the blood and the organs, like kind of spurtling out blood right next to you. You keep hearing cries of these reindeer, and you see various body parts flying around and blood kind of being spilled all over. After about 5 minutes of this just absolute slaughter, you're kind of sitting there and you see the dragon kind of lifting its head, looking around, huffing a little bit. there's a cold steam coming out of its nostrils. You suddenly see the dragon
throw my voice and like make a animal noise.
Sure, give me a survival.
Oh
Alright,
my
yeah.
god.
What'd you roll?
Oh, that's a one.
A natural
That
one?
one.
Yeah, that one.
A critical failure, huh?
GG.
Sorry, guys.
You try
Nom, nom.
you try to throw your voice and make it bounce off of something in the distance. However, this is pretty much flat ground, so it's straight up just coming from your position.
Right, I'm gonna instantly jump up, knowing that I've just completely fucked that up, and run away from the party as fast as I can.
So the dragon it was already looking around when you called out. It turned straight to look at you, dead in your eyes, as you start to bolt. 1 second.
This went from me not dying to me dying.
Real fast.
Give me an athletics check.
Shit.
Don't trip. Hope you tied your shoelaces.
Yeah.
Alright, please, please, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got 8.
Dog.
8.
Plus something, or is it just 8?
It was 3 plus 5 to make the 8.
Oh, you the rest of the party hears a stomp, and you see the dragon kind of galloping towards Xanath is running
Can I
up.
ask
Yeah.
quickly, how big is the hunting trap?
The hunting trap? What do you mean?
I have a hunting trap in my bag.
Action to set.
I think you're.
It would be a whole action to set. You
Oh,
wouldn't.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
You're at level 1
running.
hunting dragons.
I'm bolting.
Dragon. I'm assuming we see it now that it's.
It is.
towards them. How
It
big
is-
is it?
If you've ever seen a dragon, it's the biggest dragon you've seen. If you've never seen a dragon before, it's the size of a house.
So for me, this is like just a huge fucking tower.
Yeah, you're the size of one of its hands, one of its claws. As it kind of stomps at you, you can hear it getting closer and closer and closer.
How far away is the dragon from us?
It has now gone straight up over you. Like it's jumped over the road because there's a little mound before where you guys were hiding behind. It is now 20 feet away from you at this very
How far
split
is it from
second.
me?
How?
It's
immediate is it?
you're not looking behind you, so I can't tell you, but it's gaining on you.
Okay. I cast vicious mockery from
Okay.
behind. So I stand up
Huh.
and I say, "Hey, you fucking stinky head!" And then like it should go 60 feet.
Okay. Well, there is a wind, the blizzard, so I'll have that, but you're still in range at 30.
It has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
It'll take.
Give me a second. I wasn't expecting you guys to be.
I wasn't
Trying to confront this.
Well, see,
Yeah.
George the
I feel
Giant,
like
man.
it's just gonna be running up to me and then being like, "Oh hi,"
God,
what's
I'm
going
so
on?
tempted.
And now we're about to beef it, and it's just gonna be a completely different outcome.
It's a 13. Okay. So it doesn't take any damage from your However, you do hear it kind of the. So it's like it's you can hear that it stops in its tracks. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm upon hearing it kind of slide in, I'm gonna do the same and kind of try and just turn my body around so that I'm actually facing it, just to get an idea of what's going on.
It's completely dark in front of you. You don't hear anything though.
I would be able to like make tracks.
You're in front of it. Your tracks are behind you. Nothing else is behind you.
Yeah, but would I be able to? I would understand positioning, right? I would be able to like make my way back to the group while avoiding the dragon without actually seeing it, or no?
You know where the road is. You don't know where your party is, but you know where the road is, and you know where the dragon is chasing you, so you can head towards the road without running into the dragon.
Okay, I wanna do something. Can I light up one of my torches and throw it, kind of towards the direction of the road? Let's say towards the north.
Based
Yeah.
on what I was rolling for earlier, can I kind of ready a javelin and run towards the dragon?
Right now, you are in the darkness, in the silence. You're not moving, so you're not making noise. You know where the road is. You are able to take an action like
Okay.
readying it.
I rolled a 15.
You rolled a 15. Okay, so yeah, you toss it far enough so you can just barely see it in the distance, at like 30 feet about. Really quickly, Aurora and Dave, you guys can take actions, just so you know. Let me know if you're taking them, right?
I'm perfectly fine hiding in
Okay.
the snow.
Yeah, that's why I'm not
Stay
calling
here.
on you. So, sorry, back to you, Xanath. What were you doing?
Just ready a javelin and just like kind of stood there waiting to hear if I hear the dragon.
Okay, you're just standing completely still.
Well, I'm keeping like a low profile. I'm kind of,
Okay. You hear, after a couple of moments of silence, you hear another. Coming closer and closer to you, you just see these ice blue cold eyes staring at you. You don't have much time to react. It basically is stomping your direction, and as you're looking at it, spear in hand, you just see that face for a split second, and then it's one of its legs, one of its arms, like the shoulders, giving you a nice big smack across the face as it launches above you, knocks you back, and you take 9 damage from that hit. And then you just see this giant beast. A wing flaps, so you're slightly to the right, a wing flaps down towards you. All the snow around you kind of like spreads out in a shockwave and just kind of leaves you staying there in the silence as another flap is heard behind you now. And another flap, and another flap, and another flap, and the dragon kind of leaves into the distance.
I guess my character's taking a moment, really.